Come on with me and let's get into the deep. I know this March is, this is a significant date for somehow. After the 15th, 16th, it's like astrologically and whatever. Do you pick up on that sense of because it feels like spring. It feels like not just spring in the weather sense. It feels like we have shifted into a new, I don't know how to explain it, new energy, more lighter.
The astrologers definitely are saying, based on the planet's movements, there's a lot of things happening. I still always think, though, those wonderful changes can happen, and it's still up to the individual to be able to make the best of them.
Yeah.
Because, I'm still running into people who are really, really depressed. I just had a phone call from one of my clients saying she just realized her UI was going to run out, and she's a seasonal worker, and found out that she wasn't going to be rehired.
Oh, boy.
So what's next?
Yeah.
And so there's, spring, doesn't matter if it's spring or what it is, that those kind of overwhelming issues can begin to take place. But I have a saying that I use a lot with my students in particular. Clients do not always appreciate it. I'm always saying it's not the event that's important, it's how you handle the event. And often, teaching people about how they respond to the life, it's like I said, we spend our lives either in action or in reaction. And mostly we are in reaction.
Yeah.
So the whole theory, we create a reality, but usually we're creating it because we are reacting to something that has gone over which we've had no control. And so it's really about okay, what do I want to do with this? Because most of our world have things happening around them, my family's in New Zealand, and they had the big cyclone go through there. And at first it sounded like it was going to be pretty horrendous. And so it wasn't that horrendous. But it's like you never know when something bigger than you, over which you have no control whatsoever, comes in. So how are you going to respond to that? How are you going to be in command of your world? And I think this is some of the things we have to be aware of when life happens. And even though the vibrations are all great, and I have this particular client actually that I just referred to, I vaguely remember her readings, because I don't hold them on, all of them in my head.
Right.
But remember enough, because I read for her quite regularly, that it did show a tremendous shift happening that was really a good shift, a very open shift. And I actually said to her on the phone yesterday, what I want you to do is to just go inside and find, what do I really want to do now? Because she has a tendency to stay in her head and try and figure it all out.
Yeah.
And I didn't think it was really the time for her to figure it all out, but to see where she wanted to let that be led. I'm not sure that she's going to be doing that, but it was, at the time, it was the best thing I could say to her, because I didn't want to go into panic.
Yeah, well, that's the thing about, for me right now, I'm feeling a lightness, but the energy itself is just, I've sort of let go. So I guess I'm kind of in the wave, okay, well, whatever wants to happen, kind of feeling. I'm not always that way, but I think that's what maybe helps us the energy's there. And like you say, depending on how we choose to feel about it, it's going to take us, the stuff's going to happen anyway. That's kind of how I feel. Life is going to happen, but it's
what a life happening that we can enjoy and that we can be happy about.
Yeah.
We should be always in reacting to all the things that are not working. We want to be moving into the ways of things that are working.
Wasn't that amazing? Thank you to my guests for sharing with us today. Thank you for watching. Feel free to share the link. You can join us for live shows by going to letsgetrealchattingwithcatherine.com and listen to the replays from the show page, preview guests, and explore links to our Facebook fan page, WordPress blog, and more. We are creating an exquisite world. Until next time, take care.